Good evening, and welcome once again to the Shadow Gallery. I'll be your host, James Donnelly. And tonight we're going to switch gears a little bit. I'm not going to talk about comics as I normally do, or comic related news in the film industry. We're going to talk about gaming for a little while. Um, Most specifically, the latest and probably the last, I think it is the last, of BioWare's DLC for Mass Effect 2, The Arrival. Now, as you could probably see by what I'm wearing, I am a huge, huge fan of the Mass Effect series. It is by far the best RPG game that I've ever played, and probably just one of the best video games I've ever played. I mean, uh, it's more to my liking because I'm not a huge like fantasy world nut, like Dragon Age, things of that nature. I'm much more interested in more of a science fiction type of environment, something that that is in the future, or at least with this really advanced technology, as opposed to really arcane stuff. So you know I love BioWare. I didn't really care for Dragon Age. I have the demo of Dragon Age 2. um, I haven't really played it, just because again, it's a personal thing more than I think it is a game construction thing. um, but you know, but I respect the people that are really into that stuff. So, but just making it clear that Mass Effect is the direction that I like to go in as far as RPGs are concerned. Um, now, so just let's go to the Arrival. Um, Now, I've played the game through both games, twice through, in both a male and female character, once as a Paragon and once as a Renegade, with both male and female characters. So I put a lot of weeks into this game. So I mean, because I just love it. I love all the different choices. I love the interface. And I'm talking about 360. I'm not talking about. I've never played it on the computer because, quite frankly, my computer isn't enough for. I don't have like really good graphics card or anything like that. So moving on. Um, the Arrival, essentially, you are, as Shepard, whichever kind of Shepard that you are. You're going to. It has unfortunately nothing to do with Cerberus. It is you are chosen essentially for kind of an IMF, Impossible Mission Force, kind of assignment by Admiral Hackett, who I think this is the first time you actually meet him in the game. I don't think you've ever seen him before. Um, to rescue a doctor who has been captured by Batarians, um, and it eventually it leads to the threat, of course, of a Reaper, an impending Reaper invasion. Um, so there are two pro, they're the biggest pro of this DLC is that it's more Mass Effect. It's new Mass Effect. It's new systems to explore, more probes to launch, more uh, you know more iridium and more platinum and more EZO to get. But That's really kind of the only pro to this, because I like playing in the team missions, the team based missions, for the most part. Where Shepard kind of goes solo, that ends up being kind of a little dry. Um, I like that he has someone to relate to or at least speak to during these missions. Um, and the other big con for me is that it was too short. You know, it's like if this is going to be kind of the lead-in, if you will, if this is going to be the last DLC that BioWare releases prior to Mass Effect 3, then this should really have been like epic, like the Shadow Broker DLC, because that was fucking epic. I mean, that was such an awesome DLC pack. Um, this was even the Thief, where you're getting Kasumi. Um, Even that was interesting because you had this character that Shepard was working with, even if it wasn't too directly for the beginning. So again, it being just a solo mission, that's kind of cool, and this kind of secret agent infiltration kind of thing. That's kind of cool in and of itself. But you're not really like spying. I mean, it's still just you're still playing. You're still kind of running and shooting and hiding behind things and using your powers depending upon what kind of attributes you have. So all in all, I was just disappointed. But I think that the lack of energy, what I'm hoping, I should say, not thinking, but what I'm hoping is that the maybe lack of energy and creativity that they put into this is because they're putting so much thought and energy into creating Mass Effect 3. Which if you haven't seen if you're watching this, more than likely either you're one of my subscribers who reads my comics, in which case if you haven't played Mass Effect, please do, because it's awesome. But if you're watching this, you probably see the tag for Mass Effect, and you've played the game, and you've probably seen the trailer for Mass Effect 3, which looks unbelievable. It looks awesome. The thought of Shepard coming back to Earth, in the Normandy. And as far as everything else was concerned, I was a little bummed that there's not, like I said, there's just really no interaction. I mean, not even Joker, which you see a couple times, he doesn't have any lines. And you kind of, Joker is just, kind of a nice thing to have for the cutscenes, so, again, so just obviously recapping here, it doesn't cost it's not a really expensive thing, but it is, it's okay to kind of, I guess, complete your Mass Effect experience for now until Part 3 comes out, and then we'll be completing it. That if it's I'm sure that I think they're just planning it as a trilogy. So I'm waiting with bated breath until that comes out. So that's not going to be until I think first quarter of or I think like third quarter of 2012 or something like that. It's going to be a long time to wait. So maybe I don't know. Might even be no, I don't know. Never mind. It's like that and Arkham City, which I'm really looking forward to. Like right now, I'm waiting on my 3-hour-long download of the latest update for DCU Online, which is a game that I'm quickly becoming disenchanted with. I'm hoping that all the things they said they were fixing improve the gameplay, because it's just it's getting too hard to level up, and it's like I end up creating new characters just so I can try and get them in, and I guess it depends. I guess it's too much dependent on PvP play to really power up and and kick some serious ass instead of getting your ass handed to you all the time. So anyway, I'm not going to get off on that tangent. So, but that's it for now. I'm leaving the Bridge of the Normandy and probably going to bed. So we'll see you next time on Shadow Gallery, which I'm sure will be about new comics. So until then, have a good night.